Now, the Israeli Prime Minister spoke with US President Donald Trump tonight after telling foreign media that he had no choice but to expand the war in Gaza. Benjamin Netanyahu defended his government's decision to invade Gaza City, despite widespread global and domestic backlash. At an emergency meeting today, members of the UN Security Council urged Israel to stop the escalation, warning that it would lead to more bloodshed.
For Fatma, the mother of 9, leaving Gaza City and uprooting the life of her family once again is unimaginable. Israel's decision to take full military control of the northern city will see almost 1 million Palestinians displaced. Following the unprecedented international and domestic backlash, Benjamin Netanyahu defended the plan.
Our goal is to free Gaza, free it from Hamas terrorists. Israel's Security Cabinet instructed the IDF to dismantle the 2 remaining Hamas strongholds in Gaza City and the central camps. Contrary to false claims, this is the best way to end the war and the best way to end it speedily.
The Israeli leader dismissed reports of starvation in Gaza and accused the international media of spreading lies, despite mounting evidence of widespread malnutrition in the Strip. In New York, members of the UN Security Council called on Israel to reverse its war plan.
This plan risks violating international humanitarian law. We call on Israel to urgently reverse this decision.
This is not a path to resolution. It is a path to more bloodshed.
In Gaza, at least 4 more civilians have been killed while seeking aid, according to local health authorities, while 5 more people, including 2 children, died of malnutrition in the past 24 hours. Tanya Royd, RT News.
Well, our global security reporter Yvonne Murray is in New York for us. And Yvonne, is it fair to say that Israel is isolating itself even further from what we saw there happening at the emergency meeting of the Security Council today?
Yeah, that's right, Karen. I mean, first of all, it's really rare for the UN Security Council to hold a meeting on a Sunday morning. So I think that does indicate the strength of feeling, strength of opposition here in New York. And first at that meeting, we heard from the UN Office of Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, calling this not just a looming hunger crisis in Gaza, but starvation, pure and simple. And then it was on to the plans to reoccupy Gaza City, and one after the other, the diplomats around that horseshoe table condemned the plan, calling it, as we heard, calling it a violation of humanitarian law, risking a calamity, diplomats were saying, that could reverberate not just throughout the region but throughout the world. But like is often the way with these meetings, we're waiting to hear what the US ambassador had to say, Israel's main ally, kind of only ally now on the Security Council. And she said that it was really up to Israel. It was effectively a green light, up to Israel to do what it needs to do to defend itself. So I think the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu was making those comments, saying that Israel would go ahead with or without the support of the international community, shows that he is not that concerned about what the Security Council think. More of interest to him is what's going on at home. And I think that rising domestic opposition that Tanya said there in her report from the Israeli public, the hostage families, also, as we've heard, senior members of the IDF, according to reports, and now members of his own cabinet on the right wing. Of course, they oppose it for a different reason because they don't think it goes far enough. That is of much more concern to Mr. Netanyahu. For today, he remains totally defiant, but how long will that last?
Indeed. Yvonne Murray, thank you for that.